Hello, I'm Beck. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be rolling some dice and drawing a D&D character based on the results.
Let's bring out the Tower of Destiny!
So we have a Tabaxi Bard. Now, a Tabaxi is basically a cat person and a bard is a performer and usually a musician. And I decided for this one I wanted it to be kind of a pop star situation. Someone a little glamorous, someone a little bit Lady Gaga, Sia, Beyonce, you know, someone who does these huge, amazing concerts and people come from all over the world to see her. I wanted her to be very glamorous, getting lowered down onto the stage from one of those shining moon platforms, but because she's got a -1 to strength and just a +0 to dex, she wouldn't be doing any kind of acrobatics or Cirque du Soleil stuff while she's up there. She would just be very carefully sitting still and making sure not to fall off. So she's primarily a singer and dancer. So those are her two main performing arts skills. Now she has a +1 to Constitution, which is higher than your average. I think that maybe though she's got the demeanor of someone very upper class now, I think that she was probably raised in a middle to lower class setting. So she would have a lot of brothers and sisters because she'd be part of a litter. And potentially her family didn't have a lot of money, so she would have had to work a lot of grunt jobs that she felt were beneath her in her younger years. And she would have probably had to just eat whatever she was given or else she would go hungry. The kind of thing that builds up a constitution where you don't get food poisoning that easily because your body's learnt to just deal with whatever bacteria is in the food. That kind of thing. I think though, even when she was younger, she was always a bit extra. I think she was the kind of kid who insisted that everyone get together and watch her perform, watch little stage productions. She probably got her brothers and sisters to perform the other lesser roles. And definitely she would have choreographed a lot of songs, done a lot of music writing. I think she's always been a star. She was just waiting to shine. So even though she is quite successful and potentially very famous, you could give her a lot of different reasons for joining an adventuring party and going on adventures. It's all to do with what the hook is. So maybe someone in her family is in danger, or maybe someone in her family has asked her for help. She's very close with her family. She grew up together. They came from the same humble beginning, so she has a soft spot for them. Maybe she's going on tour and she's looking for something more exciting to be tweeting about or blogging about, or depending on the setting, if you're not doing a modern fantasy, she just wants to get famous for multiple reasons. She goes to a town where no one knows that she's a famous singer, and she wants to be remembered forever. So she wants to go down in history for saving lives or bringing treasure to a poverty-stricken area. She likes the idea of living eternally through fame and through stories, because bards at their very core are storytellers. The magic that they have is based in the charisma, the storytelling, the arts. So there are so many ways you could weave her into an adventuring party's story, and she would be a very unique character in terms of having a bunch of fighters and having people who are out for, you know, a rough and tumble time, and then you've got her. What should we name her? Let's call her Luna, because of the moon. You've got Luna, who needs to have her water with lemon in it, and that could be very interesting if you take your adventurers somewhere where there is not easy access to the luxuries that she's maybe gotten used to enjoying. I'm playing around with her facial features here. I try whiskers, but I decide no, she's not really a whiskers kind of cat. I know all cats have whiskers, but I don't think she would enjoy having them in the way of her face while she's trying to sing into the microphone. They would just keep hitting it. So maybe she cuts them, or maybe she's just a tabaxi who doesn't have whiskers. I wanted her hair to be a little bit like fairy floss or cotton candy kind of looking. You'll see later on when I color it, I decided to do one half one color and the other half the other color, and include her ears in that. So it's not that she's born with half and half hair and her ears match. It's more that she dyes she dyes the hair on her ears, or the fur on her ears, as well as her hair. I thought that was cute. And so she's got her stockings that'll be a bit shiny, so they're a bit darker. Oh, I hated that pink. I put it on and immediately hated it, and then found a nice warm pink that I prefer. I wanted her to be sort of a white fluffy cat in terms of her skin tone, so even though that looks kind of skin colored now, when I do the different lighting, I think it comes out better, showing that she's just like a lightly colored fur cat. That sentence didn't make a lot of sense, but you get what I mean. You get it. And this is where we're doing the cotton candy hair. She's so cute. Cute in a glamorous way, of course. Now I'm doing the dark background, adding my favorite thing, which is the shading, lighting and shade. I played around with this quite a lot. I wanted to get the kind of spotlight effect on her, which I don't have a lot of experience doing, so I was sort of using a reference, but obviously I couldn't get an exact position pose reference that was one-to-one. I think I ended up doing an okay job. Certainly using a color to do the shadow, so I'm using a dark purple instead of black to get the shadow effect on it. Creates it, it's a little bit warmer than just your average shadowing. And then doing highlights by erasing the shadow, because I did do her in a lot of light colors. So with the spotlighting coming from above her, I wanted to keep the shadow of where the moon would kind of cut across her body, the shadow from the moon coming down, and I think it kind of hits well, looks good. Now I'm making the moon look shinier, making the moon glow a little bit. The way the light's hitting it, it should look effervescent. Right now it looks crazy because I was experimenting with whether it was going to be some kind of neon color, but I ended up just having it be like a golden glow. And it took kind of way too long trying to make it glow, because a lot of other programs I use have a glow effect where you can choose a shape and just say outer glow, and then it glows just evenly, whereas this one I was drawing it on, so it's thicker in some places and thinner in others, but I think it came out okay. Now I'm adding glitter to her leotard, her costume, and I decided I wanted her tights to have glitter as well, so I didn't want the brush to be too big because I wanted the glitter to be very small. I don't know if it looks more like grainy texture or actual glitter, but it looked very similar to a reference pose that I was looking at where the woman was an acrobat and she had glittery tights, and I thought it looked really cool, so I think they look similar and I hope that translates across. Then I wanted her to have some really pouty lips and so I was experimenting with how pouty I could make them before she just looked like a clown. I think I hit a happy medium there. And then I decided to come back in with some darker shadows on top of the shadowed overlay that I was doing, just because the spotlight would create quite harsh shadows in addition to most of her being kind of in the shadow. I can say words. She would be in shadow, but she would also have harsh shadows from the spotlight as well, if that makes sense. I was trying to figure out the best way to shadow her face. Ended up just doing the general shadows that would be in the eye sockets area. And yeah. Having a little think there, thinking about what to do next, I think. And a couple of final touches to just really give it that sparkle, you know? And you're not supposed to see the rope that's holding up the moon, so I colored that in. And yeah. Here we have Luna, the Tabaxi Bard, who is just out of this world. What do you think? What do you think of our Tabaxi Bard? If you were playing a Tabaxi Bard, what kind of character would they be? Or have you played a Tabaxi Bard? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like to see more videos like this. And I'll see you next time. Or you'll see me next time. I can't see you. I guess technically you can't see me either. So let's not see each other next time. Okay, bye.